Imagine someone who spends their entire life doing what they were always told was the responsible thing to do. They work hard, avoid unnecessary spending, and carefully save part of every paycheck. Year after year, they build a small financial cushion in their bank account. On the surface, this sounds like the perfect financial strategy. Save money, stay disciplined, and eventually wealth will follow. For generations, this advice has been repeated by parents, teachers, and financial institutions. Saving money is often presented as the ultimate symbol of financial responsibility. But when we look closely at how wealth is actually created in the real world, something surprising appears. Many people who spend decades saving carefully never become truly wealthy. Their savings grow slowly, but financial freedom still feels far away. This raises an important question. If saving money is considered such a good habit, why does it rarely make people rich? The answer lies in understanding the difference between saving money and growing money. Saving money is primarily about protection. It protects people from unexpected events, emergencies, or temporary financial hardship. Having savings creates stability and peace of mind. But stability and wealth are not the same thing. A savings account is designed to preserve money, not to multiply it. When money sits in a traditional bank account, it usually earns a very small amount of interest. This interest is often barely noticeable over short periods of time. Even after many years, the growth may remain relatively small compared to the potential growth of investments. At the same time, another invisible force is constantly affecting money. That force is inflation. Inflation represents the gradual increase in the prices of goods and services over time. As inflation rises, the purchasing power of money slowly decreases. In other words, the same amount of money buys fewer things in the future than it does today. This means that money stored in savings may appear to grow slightly, but its real value may stay the same or even decline when inflation is taken into account. Over long periods, this effect becomes surprisingly powerful. Money that remains idle slowly loses the ability to purchase the same level of goods, services, and opportunities. This is one of the main reasons saving alone rarely creates wealth. Wealth is built not just by protecting money, but by allowing money to participate in growth. This is where investing becomes essential. Investing means placing money into assets that have the potential to increase in value or generate income over time. These assets may include stocks, businesses, real estate, or other productive investments. When money is invested, it becomes part of systems that create value within the economy. Businesses develop products, hire employees, and expand into new markets. Real estate generates rental income and grows as cities develop. Financial markets channel capital toward innovation and economic expansion. By investing, individuals participate in these processes and benefit from the growth they produce. One of the most powerful forces that makes investing effective is compounding. Compounding occurs when investment returns generate additional returns over time. Imagine planting a tree that produces fruit. If you plant the seeds from that fruit, more trees begin to grow. Over time, an entire orchard can grow from a single original seed. Money behaves in a similar way when it is invested and allowed to compound over long periods. Early growth may appear small, but as time passes, the effects begin to accelerate. Returns begin generating new returns, and the overall growth becomes larger and larger. This compounding effect is one of the main reasons long-term investors can build significant wealth even if they start with modest amounts of money. Another important difference between saving and investing involves the relationship between time and income. When people rely entirely on their salary, their financial progress is limited by the number of hours they can work. Income grows slowly and often depends on promotions, raises, or job changes. Saving a portion of this income is helpful, but it still remains connected to the amount of money earned through work. Investing introduces a new dynamic. Assets such as stocks, businesses, or rental properties can generate income without requiring constant labor from the owner. Dividends, rental payments, and capital appreciation allow wealth to grow independently of a person's daily work schedule. This shift from earning money to owning assets is one of the most important financial transitions people can make. Over time, investors build portfolios of assets that continue producing value year after year. Instead of relying entirely on active work, their money begins working for them. There is also a psychological reason why saving alone rarely leads to wealth. Saving encourages a defensive mindset toward money. The focus becomes protecting resources and avoiding risk. While caution is important, excessive caution can prevent people from exploring opportunities that create growth. Wealth building usually requires a balance between security and intelligent risk-taking. Investors who build long-term wealth learn how to evaluate opportunities carefully, manage potential risks, and allow their money to participate in productive ventures. They still maintain savings for emergencies and financial stability, but they do not allow all of their capital remain idle. Another important limitation of saving is the scale of growth. Even the most disciplined savers can only set aside a portion of their income each year. If that money remains stagnant, the overall financial progress will remain limited as well. Investing allows money to scale in ways that savings cannot. Businesses can expand to reach millions of customers. Successful companies can grow into global organizations. Real estate markets can appreciate as cities grow and populations increase. Financial markets reflect the combined productivity of entire economies. By investing in these systems, individuals connect their financial future to the growth of larger economic forces. This is why many of the wealthiest individuals in history accumulated their fortunes through ownership rather than simple saving. They owned businesses, shares of companies, land, intellectual property, and other assets that grew as the economy expanded. Their wealth increased not just because they saved money, but because their assets participated in economic growth. It is also important to understand that saving money is still an essential part of financial health. Without savings, it becomes difficult to handle emergencies, avoid high interest debt, or create the initial capital needed for investing. Savings provide the foundation of financial stability. They allow people to make thoughtful decisions rather than reacting to financial stress. But saving is only the beginning of the financial journey. The next step involves learning how to transform savings into productive investments. This transition requires education, patience, and experience. Many people were never taught how investing works. Schools often focus on academic subjects while leaving financial literacy largely unexplored. As a result, many adults enter the workforce without understanding concepts such as asset allocation, long-term investing strategies, risk management, or compounding growth. When people begin learning these ideas, their relationship with money often changes dramatically. They begin to see money not only as something to store, but also as a tool that can create future opportunities. The journey from saving to investing often starts gradually. It may begin with studying financial markets, learning about successful investors, or making small initial investments to gain experience. Over time, knowledge grows, confidence improves, and financial decisions become more strategic. Eventually, the focus shifts from simply accumulating money to multiplying it through ownership of productive assets. This shift represents the true beginning of wealth building. Saving money alone rarely makes people rich, because money that remains idle cannot fully participate in the growth of the economy. But when savings are transformed into investments, money becomes a powerful engine capable of generating long-term prosperity. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about money, investing, and the hidden strategies behind wealth building, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who might find it useful, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss future videos. And if you want to continue learning right now, check out the other videos on this channel where we break down powerful financial ideas and investing strategies in simple animated explanations.